Hello everyone, welcome to my new video. Today I'm in the city of Batumi. It is another Georgian city located on the Black Sea, which is, by the way, just here. Let's go! Today we will explore the city center, its landmarks and street art. We'll also visit the Batumi Botanical Garden, enjoy local dishes and try to see how the city is different from the Georgia's capital. Let's start our journey by taking a high-speed train from Tbilisi to Batumi. This is our train. Looks impressive. Oh my god, the journey on this train already has been quite an experience because 5 hours in a seated train, it was hard. You should have seen how we were sleeping there.
Let's go take some coffee because I really need coffee after this wonderful morning in the train.
So we checked into our Airbnb and now I want to make a little room tour. And this apartment costs us $51 per day, which is reasonable and it's cheaper than in Tbilisi. Really minimalistic kitchen, I like it. Here we enter living room, if it's possible. Oh my god! So we are on the 5th floor. Here there's some intricate shower, an interesting pond, and the seashore. I really like that we're located that close to it. Dasha, what are your first impressions?
It looks okay. I mean, like the overall Batumi quite reminds me a lot of Sochi, so I'm not so surprised about this. There was some beautiful buildings in the city center, but also lots of Soviet ugly grey buildings. So I don't know. The sea looks nice. I believe that in summer probably it's better with the nice weather.
I am from the far east of Russia. I've never been to Sochi, so I compare the city to Vladivostok. Batumi is smaller than Vladivostok and there's no hills. Vibes of a small town near the sea, for some reason in Russia, but it's better because it's not in Russia. But whatever we compare Batumi with, it has its own atmosphere. So now let's prove it and go for a walk in the city center, or rather look at the city from above. Batumi has a rich history, having been a part of various empires and states over the centuries. Under the Emperor Hadrian, there was a fortified Roman port. The city is located on the site of the ancient Greek colony in Colchis, the place that was mentioned in the legend about Jason and the Argonauts. Their ship Argo made a dangerous journey to Colchis to get the Golden Fleece. The king of Colchis, Aeetes, did not want to give it away, but his daughter, Medea, fell in love with Jason and helped him to get the Golden Fleece. This story reflects the history of the early connections between Europe and the Caucasus. According to legend, gold was mined in the Caucasus by immersing a sheep's skin into the waters of a gold-bearing river. Today, the statue of Medea with the golden fleece stands on Europe Square in Batumi. It symbolizes the wealth, prosperity and connection of Georgia with the European world. Today, much of the city's economy evolves around tourism and gambling. It was even nicknamed as the Las Vegas of the Black Sea. The city is developing new hotels and houses are being built here, and some of them have a very unusual shape. I'm laughing at that oval thing, it's just so standing out here. We arrived to the top of this mountain and honestly I thought that this cable way will be like 2 minutes, but it was about 10 minutes. I was a bit scared, but anyway, I like the view. Let's go for a hike now. Wow, what is this? Let's go. It's funny because this fish is really familiar to me. In Tbilisi, there is a graffiti artist who paints such fish everywhere. Although in Tbilisi, his fish are depicted with legs. Also, I saw one interesting fish jumping on a trampoline. That was funny. Chickens! Hello! How do you say cocoa in Georgian? And of course, as everywhere in Georgia, there are dogs. And now let's explore the historical center of the city. And we came to a square which is called Europe Square. Here you can see such a fountain, some statue, and also this is that famous high-rise building with a Ferris wheel inside, but as far as I know it's just for decoration purposes and it's not working, but it's funny. I think the name of this square is really indicative because it shows the direction that Georgia is moving to, because in Russia you would not see a place called after something European, Western. Oh my god, these decaying traditional values. In Russia you will see a square of Lenin, street of Putin, and Komsomolskaya something, but here it's different. And oh god, there's McDonald's! A really pleasant street, nice to walk on, but so many cars. Wow, some old-fashioned ship. This monument is named Ali and Nino after the novel that tells about the tragic story of an Azerbaijan Muslim man, Ali, and a Georgian Christian woman, Nino. The figures slowly move in a circle, approaching and merging into a single whole, but then moving away from each other again. The statue represents the symbol of love, despite nationality or belief. For our dinner, we purposely came to this place. It's called House of Ajarian Khachapuri. And actually, Batumi is located in the region of Georgia called Ajaria. And here we saw flags of Georgia and flags of this region. And this kind of khachapuri was created exactly here. If you remember, in my previous videos I showed you Emiratian khachapuri, Migrelian one, but this one is Ajarian and it looks differently. It looks like this, and it's with egg, right?
Not full egg, but just the yellow piece of it, cheese and butter.
Yeah, it's unusual. It's different from other kinds of khachapuri. This one is really big. I didn't expect it to be like this. But yeah, let's try. It's hot.
A few minutes later.
I forgot to mention, despite the amazing taste of this dish, Ajarian khachapuri, I always feel bad after it. Can't wait for our taxi. But I still love some other kinds of khachapuri, and with all my respect for the Georgian cuisine, let's now explore some other cafes of Batumi. We came to a place that is called A Place. I really love this view. Menu here is available in Russian, English and Georgian. Alina, I want to ask you about your drink. What is so unusual about it?
This is a very beautiful bumble coffee invented in the occupant Russia. It is orange juice with a shot of espresso on top. It should have caramel syrup, but I don't know if it's there. I just love it. It is tasty, believe me. It's very hard to find bumble in Georgia, but Batumi is a very popular destination for Russian tourists, so that's why they have bumble.
I was surprised to find out that these paintings are a part of an exhibition that is called Most Moskva Batumi, Bridge Moscow Batumi. This is an exhibition of Russian artists here in Georgia. It's unusual because relationship between two countries are so difficult, and I noticed that their paintings are not about politics or about war. It's more about feelings and just personality. It is unusual. Regime killed love, it says. And unlike in Tbilisi, I didn't see many anti-Russian graffitis in the streets. And it feels that the atmosphere here is more chill. In fact, there are many Russians, Ukrainians and Belarusians who buy apartments or open businesses in Batumi. There is some apartment house. This house doesn't look like a typical Soviet Khrushchevka. And I especially want to draw your attention to that balcony. There is the flag of Georgia, Ukraine, and the flag of Free Belarus. It is unofficial, but used a lot by the opposition in the recent years of fight with Lukashenko regime. I'm kind of sad that there is no white, blue, white flag. This is the flag of the Russian opposition. There's one more apartment with the Ukrainian flag. But just like in Tbilisi, Ukraine is very much supported here. We visited a Ukrainian restaurant called Bezmezh and a coffee shop that sells such wonderful t-shirts. There is also a lot of anti-war graffiti here. We came to a place that is called Art Up Street Gallery. There is a big Ukrainian flag showing the support for Ukraine. Then there are some paintings and this graffiti. This symbolizes Ukraine, and this is a military boots with the Russian flag. Now I see. These are social posters made by the Russian opposition media Настоящее время. It's like a translation from Kremlin to Russian. This is a reference to the newspeak used by the Russian propaganda. Here it says, not liberators, but occupiers. Not a clap, but explosion. Not negative growth, but a decline. Then there are questions. Military career, souvenir, tourist bus, your own opinion, military object, and the last one, not special military operation, but a war. When I looked at the beach from our hotel, I noticed such children attractions. And honestly, it seemed to me that they are not suitable here. This is the playground I was talking about. Maybe they could replace it with some other things, using different colors and materials. The thing is that they did not have money to build a decent playground on the beach, but they have had a lot of money to build all these big hotels. By the way, one of them is where we live. And yesterday, when we were driving in the city center, I saw a lot of buildings that were still being constructed. And Dasha said that in Sochi, you would not see so many constructions. And I think it tells a lot about the environment of the country, because people are investing to Batumi. While Sochi is located in Russia, in an authoritarian country which can start a war any time, which economy is really unstable. Yes, maybe for the city appearance, it's not nice that so many high-rise buildings are built here, but it's really indicative of the whole environment in the country and attitude of the foreign investors. We came to our hotel. Look at this unusual, I think it's hotel as well, Courtyard by Marriott something, and it has this light scene. And if you look here at our hotel complex, it is also lit up. And oh my god, how much electricity is that? But yeah, it looks really impressive. What do you think? It will be interesting for me to look at this city in 10 years. But I don't know how comfortable the city will be with all these buildings. Well, let's digress from the stone jungle and go to the real jungle. Now we are going to the botanical garden. I know that you need at least one day to walk here, but we have like 4 hours. I'm so fascinated already by all these beautiful trees. This is the map of this botanical garden, and it is so huge. And it's interesting that here there are different departments, like New Zealand department, Australia department. I thought that this is sequoia, the biggest tree in the world, but it's eucalyptus from Australia, but still very huge. And there are many inscriptions here from people, from tourists, but it's huge. Having major twilight vibes. When you betrayed your motherland and now you cannot hug a birch tree but found a replacement. ASMR. Wow, it's like in Harry Potter. It's really like in the movie. Well, you definitely need to devote the whole day to this garden. I loved it. I really liked the hike here, and I felt so many familiar scents of the plants that grow even in my homeland, Primorsky Krai. What I also like is that it is a compilation of different plants from all the continents, and I felt that I have a nostalgia for maybe my childhood or for my dreams. Really recommend. Hello. She was drinking from this water with fish. Maybe she wanted to eat. In this video, I looked at Batumi from a perspective of a tourist. I think Georgian people would tell you something more interesting about this city, and there is so much more to explore in Batumi, but I was specifically focused on Russian-owned places or places with that Russian coffee drink Bumble, only because I am Russian and that's what I noticed. Anyway, write in the comments, did you like Batumi? What do you think about this fastly developing city? Would you visit Batumi? I really enjoyed this little trip. I hope that you liked it too. Goodbye. Пока-пока.